Hello my dear students, welcome to my channel DigiTeach. I am Sanjukta Kaur, a postgraduate teacher of computer science. Here in my channel you will get all the videos of CBSE syllabus for class 11th and 12th computer science with Python. And in this video now I am going to discuss some MCQ type of questions for your term 1 examination. And I am going to execute all the concepts practically also, and it will help you a lot, right students. So in this video or in my channel I will provide a series of MCQ type of questions. Stay tuned with me students, and you watch all the videos and your doubts will be crystal clear to all of you, right. So watch the videos till end and share with your friends also. They can get benefit from my videos, right students. And like it and obviously comment it. Don't forget to subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed till yet, right. And you can put your queries in my comment section so that it will be cleared in my upcoming videos. Thank you students. Let us discuss the questions. Now question 1, who developed the Python programming language? This one is a basic question students. You should know who is the developer of Python language, that is Guido van Rossum, right students. The scientist name is Guido van Rossum. Basically he was a mathematician in Queen's College, Cork in Ireland, right. And he has developed Python programming language in February 1991, and he has given the name of this programming language with that comedy show, one famous comedy show in BBC channel, that is Monty Python Flying Circus. So according to that comedy show he has given the programming language name as Python, right students. So the answer is option B, that is Guido van Rossum. Question number 2, which one of the following is the correct extension of Python file, right students. When you will write the program in using script mode, then at the time you have to save your Python file, is not it. So at the time you have to write just program name and you have to give the extension name. So the extension name is .py. Py stands for Python, py. So option A is the correct answer of question number 2. Now question number 3, which one of the following is a logical operator? Students, there are 3 logical operators we have. One is logical NOT, second one is logical AND, and third one is OR. So NOT, AND, OR, 3 logical operators we do have. So your option is AND. AND is one example of logical operator. So option C is the correct answer. But what about that option A, option B and option D? These 3, exponent operator, modulus operator, floor division, these all are mathematical operators, right students. Now question number 4, which of the following is not an immutable data type? So immutable data type means that is mutable data type, is not it? Not an immutable. Not an immutable means mutable data type. So here you need to remember list and dictionary, 2 data types you have. These 2 data types are known as mutable data type, and rest of other data types, that is your numeric data type, it may be integer, it may be float, or it may be complex number. Similarly sequence data type, that is string and tuple. So all these are known as immutable data type. So your answer is option C, that is list is the example of immutable, not an immutable data type. That means list is the example of mutable data type. So option C is the correct answer. Now question number 5, which of the following declaration is incorrect? Incorrect means not correct. Okay, so declaration of variable, here option A says underscore x equal to 2, option B says double underscore x equal to 3, option C says double underscore xyz again double underscore equal to 5, and option D says none of these. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. variable name. So here option A says underscore x equal to 2, that means this is the declaration part, okay, declaration of a variable, but at the time you have assigned a value to that variable. So here I want to highlight the part how do you declare one name of variable, name of function, name of object, that is the part that is known as identifiers, is not it? So you can start the name of any identifier from any alphabet, maybe it capital or maybe it's small, and from underscore also, only two symbols, that means आप अंडरस्कोर से स्टार्ट कर सकते हो आपके आइडेंटिफायर का नाम, या फिर कोई अल्फाबेट, अल्फाबेट मीन्स कैपिटल भी है या फिर स्मॉल भी है, तो ऑप्शन ए वैलिड है। ऑप्शन बी अंडरस्कोर से स्टार्ट हुआ है तो वो भी वैलिड है। ऑप्शन सी अंडरस्कोर से स्टार्ट होने के बाद एक्स वाई जेड बाकी अंडरस्कोर है तो वो भी वैलिड है। बट इनवैलिड कैसे हो सकता है स्टूडेंट्स? इफ यू डिक्लेयर वन आइडेंटिफायर नेम फ्रॉम अ डिजिट देन दैट वन इज इनवैलिड, दैट मीन्स आप कोई भी डिजिट से आइडेंटिफायर का नेम स्टार्ट नहीं कर सकते हो। सेम टाइम you cannot keep any special symbols other than underscore, सिर्फ अंडरस्कोर रह सकता है आपके आइडेंटिफायर के नाम के पार्ट पे, बट other than underscore you cannot store any special symbols, right? That means at the rate, space, these symbols, colon, semicolon, asterisk mark, plus, minus, these symbols are not allowed, is not it? So special symbol only underscore you can keep, और starting कहाँ से हो सकती है? underscore से हो सकती है या फिर कोई अल्फाबेट से हो सकती है, बाकी आगे आप digits रख सकते हो, is not it? So the option D is the correct answer, none of these, that means all the options are correct, so no one is incorrect. Okay, now question number 6, which of the following is the correct operator for power a comma b in Python? Okay, to get the power of the base and its power, then there is the mathematical operator you have, that is double asterisk mark. So option 3, that is A double asterisk mark B, that one is your correct answer, right students? Because that exponential operator, that is double asterisk mark. So A to the power B, how will you write in Python programming language? So you need to write A double asterisk mark B, so that you can get the exponentiation operator, that means you can get the power, that is a to the power b, right students? But there is one in built-in function also, pow function. By using that built-in function also you can get the power of any number, is not it? So let us do the example practically. Now here you see, suppose I need to find out the power of 2 to the power 3. So here you have to write 2 double asterisk mark 3, so that you will get the answer 8, is not it? Similarly, one built-in function, that is pow function there, so you can write down pow. If you want to write the 2 to the power 3, then first 2 is the base, then 3 is the power, so here you have to write in this way, pow within bracket 2 comma 3, right students? So in this way you can find out the power of two numbers, that means base and power. So double asterisk mark is used for getting the exponentiation value of base and its power, and pow function is also available with you, right students? Now let us discuss that previous question, how do you declare one variable? Okay, so what I spoke now, that is you can start the name of the variable, okay, by with an underscore, that is underscore abc, it is valid. Okay, similarly any capital letter ab, after that you can store any digit, then that one is also valid, and any small letter also you can start your identifier name abc, after that you can store any digits, or you can just put any underscore, that is also valid, is not it students? So you can store the value to this variable. For example, name is the name is the identifier, okay, so here name equal to Raj, you can do this because this name is one variable. Similarly, Raj is one string literal, okay, here 12 is the integer literal, so in integer part you need not to just use any quotes, but when you want to store any string, then at the time you have to put the string within double quotes or single quotes or triple quotes, okay. So now these are the valid identifiers, okay, but what are the invalid identifiers? Which are the invalid identifiers? You see, if I will write my space name, so space is not allowed students, okay. So if you are writing my space name, then Karan. So this is what, this is totally wrong. Okay, syntax error, because space is not allowed. Similarly, if you will start 2ABC equal to 90, now that is also invalid. That means you cannot start one identifier name from a digit. So whatever the possible parts already we have discussed, right students? Now let us discuss the next question. Question number 7, which is not a string out of the following. Okay, see students, now only we have seen that how do you declare a string literals, is not it? How do you store a string literals into a variable? So here you should remember, if you want to declare a string literal, then you have to keep the string literals within single quotes, within double quotes, or within triple quotes. Okay, so these all are known as string literals. But students, you can ask me that ma'am, you have stored this 5 and 5 but within single quotes, so how that 5 5s are behave as a string? But yes students, this 5 and 5 now these are not digits. Okay, because here single quotes already you have used, so this 5 and 5 now these are treated as string. Okay, so this 5 5 is example of string because you have used single quotes. Similarly, you can use double quotes, you can use triple quotes. Okay, so in this way you can declare a string literal. So the answer is all of the above. Answer is option D. Now question number 8, which character is used in Python to make a single line comment? Okay, so single line comment, that is hash symbol, option C, that is hash symbol is used to make a single line comment in Python programming language. And what about other symbols? That is single slash is used for division purpose, double slash that is used for float division, and exclamatory mark, that is one symbol. Okay, so your answer is option C. Now let us discuss the question number 9. What is the length of the given tuple? Okay, T1 equal to within bracket round bracket. Students, here you need to remember that if you are storing the elements with, by using round brackets, then that is known as tuple. Okay, that is the example of tuple. You are going to create the tuple variable, is not it? So T1 equal to within bracket 1 comma 2 comma, but again one bracket start bracket close, that is 3 comma 4 comma 5. So here this is one element, this element is one tuple, and 1 2 are two elements, individual elements. So here the answer is 3. Your answer is 3. Let us do the question practically. Now see students, how do you declare one tuple variable? Suppose T1 equal to, if I am going to write 1 2 comma 3, then how many individual elements we do have? 3 elements. So now you can check what is the length of this T1. Now it is very clear students that len function is used to find out the length of any tuple, any list, any string. Okay, so here it is 3, is not it? Similarly, if you want to store or if you want to declare one tuple variable like 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, so 5 elements I have stored because comma operator is used to separate the elements from each other. Okay, so here how many elements are there? That is, you can use the len function. Len function is one built-in function students. Okay, so you can check now what is the length of T2. Now it is 5, but our question says that if my tuple equal to one element, that is 1, next is 2, and inside this tuple now I want to declare another tuple by using parenthesis. Okay, so here 3 comma 4 comma 5, but whatever the number of elements are there, I have enclosed all these 3 elements within a bracket start and bracket close. That means now this one is one individual tuple. Okay, so this is one element, this is second element, and this tuple is our third element, is not it? So now in this case, what is the length of this T1 variable? Then the answer is 3, is not it? So here the total number of elements are 3. So 3 is the correct answer, right students? Now question number 10, which of the following declaration is incorrect in Python language? Okay, here option A says xyzp equal to 7 comma 000 comma 000. So what is that xyzp? No space is there, no underscore is there. So here xyzp is example of one variable. That variable stores the value, that is 7 comma 000 comma 000. So it is one valid declaration students. But do you know what is the data type of xyzp? Let us discuss the same question practically students, because this one is very important question. Okay, option B says x space y space z space p फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आप अपने आइडेंटिफायर की नेम पे स्पेस रख ही नहीं सकते हो. सो ऑप्शन बी जो डिक्लेरेशन हो रहा है आइडेंटिफायर की नेम उससे ही आपकी प्रॉब्लम हो गया, तो दैट वन इज रॉन्ग. नाउ ऑप्शन सी सेज x, y, z, p. So of course we can do the same. 4 different variables we have declared with 4 different values. So there is no problem. This one is valid. Option D, x underscore y underscore z underscore p. That one is a single variable. And here again 5, 000, you have stored. So this one is valid. Okay, let us do the same thing practically. Now see students, suppose x, y, z, p. This is one example of variable. If I am going to write only 10, then it is valid because x, y, z, p one variable name and I have stored 10. Now there is a function type function. Type function says what is the data type of that variable, that is x, y, z, p. Okay. Now here you can see this one is the type, that is integer type of value. But in your question what it is written, x, y, z, p equal to, that is 7, 000, Now this one is valid students. Okay, that means so one value you have stored in x, y, z, p. But do you know what is the type of x, y, z, p now? See students, this one is very interesting question. Okay, now it is tuple type, but how it is possible in mathematics? You can do the same, comma you can use within the digits of a number. Okay, but here 7, 000, that means this is the example of one tuple. Okay, that means 7 is a single element, this is another element, this is another element. That means you have used the comma operator to separate the elements from each other. Okay, so when you are putting the comma operator in between digits of a number, then that one is not the data type of integer type, but that is the data type of tuple type, right? If you are just storing that individual value, no comma operator is there, then that is what? That is integer. But here comma operator when you have used, then this is the data type of tuple type. Okay students, so you need to remember this one is valid declaration, but data type of this variable is tuple type because comma operator you have used, right students? And invalid, which one is invalid? Suppose if you are putting any space between the identifier name, then this is your invalid. Okay, suppose space p equal to 20, 30, or you are putting space 30, 40, then 50. Okay, so this is invalid student. That means you cannot use the space, right students? So you have to take care about this. That means when you declare any identifier name, you cannot give any space. Okay, and how do you declare multiple variables, okay, in a single statement, and how do you assign the value to these multiple variables, right? So here your one option is there, that means x, y, z, p. This is valid students. Okay, so x is one separate variable, y is another separate variable, z is another separate variable, p is also another separate variable, is not it? Now what do you do? That you have to assign the values like 10, 20, 30, then 40. Okay, so here you should remember when you are declaring multiple variables and at the time you are initializing the multiple values to multiple variables, then your operator, your interpreter will assign the values from the right side, that means RHS side. This is your RHS part. So 10 is assigned to very first element, that is x, and 20 is assigned to very first variable and very second variable, that is y. 30 is assigned to z and 40 is assigned to p, is not it? So your equal sign operator is there, assignment operator, and this is your RHS part, this is your LHS part. और असाइनमेंट कैसे होता है स्टूडेंट्स? पहले 10 x पे असाइन होगा, फिर 20 y पे जाएगा, फिर 30 z पे जाएगा. देन यू कैन चेक द वैल्यू. सपोज व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ x, दैट इज 10. व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ y, दैट इज 20. What is the value of z, that is 30. What is the value of p, that is 40, right students? So this is the way how do you declare the multiple variables. Okay, and if you want to assign the values, then you can assign the multiple values to multiple variables in this way, right students? So now you understood the question, that is why that option, that particular option is wrong. That means you cannot give any space to the identifier name, so that option is wrong due to space only. Okay, Let us discuss the next question. Question number 11, students, choose the correct option with respect to Python. Okay, so both tuples and lists are immutable. Option A says both tuples and lists are immutable. No, students, tuples are immutable but lists are mutable. So option A statement is not correct. Tuples are immutable while lists are mutable. Yes, this one is correct. Option B is your correct option. Option C, both tuple and lists are mutable. No. Tuples are mutable while lists are immutable. No. So your correct option is B, that is tuples are immutable while lists are mutable. Hope all of you understood. Question number 12 says, which of the following is invalid variable? Already we have discussed that how do you declare the name of variable. Okay, what are the rules and regulations, all the things already we have discussed, is not it, students? So let us discuss the same. First option says my underscore day underscore 3, it is valid, student, there is no problem. Option B says 3 underscore day, it is invalid because 3 is not allowed, digit is not allowed at the starting as the starting character of your identifier name, but digits आप बाद में रख सकते हो, start नहीं कर सकते हो digit से. So option B is wrong. C says day underscore there, yes, underscore you can use and you have started the variable name from the character from the alphabet, so that is correct option. Option D says underscore 3, yes, this is also valid, students, you can start any identifier name from underscore, after that you can store any digit, so that one is valid. But which one is invalid? Option B is your invalid option. Why? Because you have started the identifier name from a digit, right, students? Question number 13, which of the following function convert a string to a float in Python? Okay, this one is also very important question. That means if you want to convert a string to a float, then at that time what will you do? Actually, if you want to convert a data type into another data type, then this concept is known as typecasting, is not it? So if you want to convert a string to float, that means आपको float पे convert करना है, then you have the option that is float function, option C. So option C is your correct answer, right, students? Let us discuss the same practically. So there is another function, int function, long function is not valid, str function is valid, but here option C is your answer, right? Students, we will discuss the question practically. What is the meaning of typecasting, is not it? So when you just store any string value into a variable, for example a equal to within double quotes or within single quotes, suppose 45. Okay, now if you want to store the string value into float value, then here you need to write the float function, just write down a, then it will be 45.0. That means this is what, now you have converted the string value to the float value. So there is a float function, so this concept is known as typecasting, right, students? Int function is also there. Okay, so what is the use of int function? Suppose you have one value int, now you want to convert a value 12.7. Actually 12.7 is one float value, but you have to convert this into integer type. So now you can use int function, then you will get the answer only 12. Okay, no fractional part is there. That means int function will convert of whatever the value you will give then into integer type. That means int function will convert any value to integer type. Okay, so float function will convert any type of value to float type. Okay, so here you need to remember the things. Let us discuss the next question. Now see question number 14, find the output of 2 double asterisk mark 3 double asterisk mark 2. So here students, both the operators are power operator, that means exponentiation operator, but students you need to remember, if your expression contains more than one exponentiation operator, then you have to execute the expression from right to left, not left to right. What is the meaning of this? In this case, first you have to find out the exponentiation value of 3 and 2, that means 3 to the power 2. After that you have to find out the power of 2 to the power that particular value. So what is your answer? 3 to the power 2, that is 9, then 2 to the power 9, that is your 512. So option A is the correct answer, but I have to execute the same expression practically, so that you can understand the things. Okay, 2 to the power 3, then to the power 2. Actually there are two exponentiation operators are there. So if more than one exponentiation operators you have, then you have to first execute the rightmost one, then after that you have to execute the leftmost. Okay, so here the answer is 512. Why? Let us do this. 3 to the power 2. So first your interpreter has already found the value, that is 3 to the power 2, that is 9, then 2 to the power 9, that is 512. So this one is very important question, students, you need to remember. So don't execute this expression from left to right, because two exponentiation operator is there, so you need to execute from right to left. Okay, so hope all of you understood the concept. Next question, in Python 3.x, what does double slash operator do? Double slash operator is the example of floor division. Okay, floor division. Then what is the difference between division and floor division? Let us do this practically. Now students, floor division and division. Okay, suppose 8 divided by 2, you know that 2 4 8, so your answer will be 4, because two integers are there, but your interpreter will give you the answer 4.0, is not it? So what is the main point here? So normal division operator will give you the answer as float. Okay, to avoid the fractional part, you can use 8 float division by 2, so your answer is 4 only, not 4.0. So from this example you can conclude that float division operator truncates the fractional part and it will provide the integer value only, whole number only, but division operator will provide us the answer as floating number. Okay students, now next question. Question number 16 says, which of the following is not a core data type in Python? Okay, so let us discuss how many core data types we have: integer, float, complex number, list, string, tuple and dictionary. Okay, so list is core data type, dictionary is also core data type, tuples are also core data type, but class is not the example of core data type. So your answer is option D. Now question number 17, choose valid identifier. Okay, so here 4 options are there. Now you can choose which one is the valid identifier, because this one is the sure shot question, students, for your term 1 exam, that my hyphen age. Okay, this one is invalid. Choose valid identifier. Valid means which one is valid. Okay, so my hyphen age is invalid. Why? Because hyphen is not allowed, only underscore is allowed, hyphen and other special symbols are not allowed. Okay, similarly B option says that underscore age, so this one is valid, because आपके आइडेंटिफायर का नाम अंडरस्कोर से स्टार्ट हुआ है, बाद में कोई स्पेशल सिंबल है नहीं कैरेक्टर से, so it is valid. Then option C says first value. First value means 1 is there, digit is there, so digit से आपके आइडेंटिफायर का नाम स्टार्ट नहीं हो सकता. Then option D says my space age. Okay, so my space age, space is not allowed. Okay students, already I told the same, because space, any extra special symbols are not allowed other than underscore. So your option B is the correct answer. Underscore age is the valid identifier. Right students? Now question number 17, which one of the following is a jump statement? So jump statement means there are some jump statements already discussed in flow of control chapter, but students, jump statements will skip some statements. Okay, so break is example of jump statement, continue is also example of jump statement, and pass is also known as jump statement, that is empty statement. That means just you can pass the that particular statement, that is empty statement. Okay, so break, continue, pass, all these are known as jump statements. Right student? That means you can skip the statement. Okay, question number 19, find output of 2 multiply 3 to the power 2. Okay, so what is the answer here? See students, now you have to remember the precedence of operators. Okay, you know that multiplication operators and exponentiation operator, but you should remember exponentiation operator has higher precedence than multiplication operator. So in this expression, first you need to find out the value of 3 to the power 2. After that 3 to the power 2 is 9, so after that 2 multiply 9, so that is 18. So your answer is 18 here students. Let us do the same practically. 2 multiply 3 to the power 2, right students? So here the answer is 18. Why answer is 18? Because precedence, the higher precedence operator is exponentiation operator as compared to multiplication operator. So 3 to the power 2, first your interpreter has already done the same. 3 to the power 2 is 9, after that 2 multiply 9, so your answer is 18, right students? So in this way you have to evaluate the expression according to the precedence of operator. Next students, question number 20, what do you use to define a block of code in Python language? Key, brackets, indentation, none of this. No students, indentation we have to use here, because when you define a block of code, so you need to maintain the indentation. Okay, so here the option is C, right students? So in this video I have discussed 20 MCQ type of questions. So I hope all of you understood each concept, so that it will help a lot in your board exam, that is now that term 1 exam. Such type of questions will come students, so you have to understand the concept, you have to practice more and more, and just practice the questions, right students? Then thank you students.